7 for pre-algebra in Unit 1, adding and subtracting mixed numbers and applications. The homework that goes with this is on page 14 in the homework packet and page 15 in the homework packet, numbers 9 and 10. Okay, so you're doing all page 14, and on page 15 you're doing 9 and 10. The problem week is due Thursday, and again, if this is in 2016 school year, that will not be the case. All right, let's take a look at this. This is a review, but always good to know. Write an algebraic expression for the sum of a number p and 5. Sum is addition, so the sum of a number p and 5 is just p plus 5. The product of a number y and 12. Product means multiply. And when you multiply a number times a variable, you always put the number first, and you put the variable right next to it. I wanted it to be written 12y. I will mark this wrong. 12 times y, that's wrong, because that's read 12xy. These look like two variables. I will mark this wrong, 12 times y. I will mark this wrong. I will also mark this wrong, y12. It has to be 12y. The difference of a number p and 6. Difference means subtract, so p minus 6. The quotient of a number x and 2, quotient is divided. X divided by 2. Or, that's the way I would like to have it written. You can also write this, x divided by 2. But I would prefer it written the first way. All right. We did adding and subtracting fractions yesterday. Today we're doing adding and subtracting mixed numbers. Now, with a mixed number, you still need to find a common denominator. You do not need to change these to improper fractions. This is actually a pretty easy one. 5 and 7 ninths plus 8 and 4 ninths. Why is it easy? Because we already have a common denominator. 5 plus 8 is 13. 7 ninths plus 4 ninths is 11 ninths. Now, this needs to be renamed because this is improper. So 11 ninths. 9 goes into 11 one time, and the remainder will be 2 ninths. But we already have this 13. So 13 plus 1 is 14 and 2 ninths. All right, here is a subtraction. 3 1/3 minus 2 1/4. I like to, when you have a mixed number, 3 1/3 minus 2 1/4. I like to stack them on top of each other because it just makes it easier to work with. Our common denominator is going to be 12. So I'm going to have 3 and something 12 minus 2 and something 12. Here I need to multiply by 4, so I'll have 4 12s. Here I need to multiply by 3, so I'll have 3 12s. Now, always check the fraction first. 4 12s minus 3 12s. You can do that. It's 1 12. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 and 1 12. Sometimes you're going to need to borrow, but not in that way. All right. Let's take a look at, I'm going to make up a problem because I don't like either one of these. Let's cross this one out and make this 3 plus 7 and 4 fifths. Is that an easy problem or a hard problem? It's actually very easy. What's 3 plus 7? 10. And we've got 10 and 4 fifths. Let's do this one. Get rid of this 7 ninths. Make it 5 minus 4 and 2 thirds. So, let's stack this. 5 minus 4 and 2 thirds. Now, can you do nothing minus 2 thirds? No, you cannot. So we need to borrow from this 5. We're going to make the 5 a 4, and the one that I borrow, I'm going to write as 3 thirds. Why did I choose 3 thirds? Because I already have a 3 in the denominator. So, 3 thirds minus 2 thirds is 1 third. 4 minus 4 is 0, so it's just 1 third. All right. I'm going to look at this problem. Negative 4 and 5/8 plus 6 and 10/16. First of all, I'm going to reduce this. Negative 4 and 5/8 plus 6 and divide by 2, 5/8. That killed two birds with one stone because now I have a common denominator. So these are different, so I'm going to subtract. And when you subtract, put the bigger one on top. So 6 and 5/8 minus 4 and 5/8. minus 5/8 is nothing. 6 minus 4 is 2, and it's going to be a positive 2 because that's our bigger number. Last but not least, I'm going to change this problem to be 4 and 1/4 minus 2 and 3/5. Change that problem. 4 and 1/4 minus 2 and 3/5. Common denominator is going to be 20. So I'm going to have 4 and something over 20. So I'm going to multiply this by 5. 4 and 5/20 minus 2 and something 20th. I'm going to multiply by 4. That's going to be 12/20. Now, when you do this, 5/20 minus 12/20 you cannot do. So you need to borrow from the 4 and make it a 3. But the one you're borrowing is 20/20. Look at this. 4 is the same as 3 in 20/20. That's 4. But you already had 5/20 here. So 20/20 and 5/20 makes this 25/20. Now I can subtract. 25/20 minus 12/20 is 13/20. 3 minus 2 is 1. All right, let's take a look at a couple of application problems. Andrew has 42 1/3 feet of molding to use as borders around the windows of his house. If he uses 22 2/3 feet of molding on the front windows, how much remains for the back windows? Well, he started with this much, used this much. So what are we going to subtract? 42 1/3 minus 22 2/3. So, again, you can't do 1/3 minus 2/3. So I'm going to borrow. 42 is going to be 41, and the one that I'm borrowing is 3/3. 3/3 plus this 1/3 makes this 4/3. 4/3 minus 2/3 is 2/3. 41 minus 22, I'm going to do over here because I need to borrow. 19. So 19 2/3 feet remain. Okay. Omar feeds his dog 3/4 cup of dog food in the morning, 2/3 in the afternoon, and 3/4 in the evening. How many cups does he feed altogether? So why don't I add 3/4 plus 2/3 plus 3/4? Well, 3/4 plus 3/4 is 6/4 plus 2/3. I can reduce that 6/4 to 3/2 plus 2/3. Common denominator is going to be 6, because that's what 2 and 3 both divide into. So this, I need to multiply numerator and denominator by 3, so I'll have 9, 6. This I need to multiply by 2, so 4, 6. 9, 6 plus 4, 6 is 13, 6, which is an improper fraction. 6 goes into 13 2 times, that's 12, remainder 1/3, 1 6. 2 more. Susan's cat lost 1 1/4 pounds. Then it loses another 1/8 of a pound. What is the total change? So it lost this much and this much. We need to add 1 and 1/4 plus 1/8. What's our common denominator going to be? It's going to be 8. So 1 and this I'll multiply by 2. 2/8 plus 1/8 is 1 3/8 pounds. At midnight, the temperature in Alto is negative 3 4/5 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind chill makes the temperature feel 5 degrees colder than the actual temperature. What is the wind chill? So it's 5 degrees colder. So negative 3 4/5 plus negative 5. It's 5 degrees colder, or minus 5. Since these are both negatives, we add and keep the sign. So negative 3 4/5 and negative 5 is negative 8 4/5.